Hey, what's happening, my friends? John Hiley here with Tactical Dent TX. I want to break down this glue pool for you guys today. So first off, we're going to be starting with some cold glue. And this is a BMW, so this cold glue is going to work. But what I'm really trying to do is just shallow it up to the actual core because the BMW metal is strong and does not move as fluently as some of the newer makes and models that might be more domestic rather than a foreign vehicle. In fact, I would say a German vehicle would be much harder to move that metal with cold glue than some of the domestic vehicles, and then also, of course, the Hondas and Toyotas, things like that. But now you can see I'm actually getting smart. I'm prepping it with a little bit of cactus juice, and that is a product that actually strips all the wax off the vehicle. And evidently, I just put a little alcohol on it previously. Now I'm actually putting a torch on it, and what that does is that gets any of the moisture out of the panel. And it does warm it up a little bit, but that's not really the reason why I'm using the torch today. It's just to get the moisture out of the panel. So now we're going to go in again with this Sergio's Gold cold glue. That's a sticky, icky slide hammer, and just going to take multiple shots. And really, I've had some people ask me, why didn't you just glue pull it? Well, what this does is it brings the dent right up to the core. And so, this was a double oversized hail dent. And what I'm trying to do is turn it into a very small, almost less than a quarter size. I mean, you guys can see we're looking at probably a dime size dent now. We started with a double oversized, now it's a dime size. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and drop in this small yellow Robo tab. And this is the smallest one. I absolutely love these. They're a little harder to come by nowadays. I do believe that they're sold at Drew's Tools. So you can go to drewstools.com, check it out. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and adjust the mini lifter and take my very first pull. And here I'm going to use a little bit of alcohol to pull the glue off so we can see what we got underneath there. And you can see I completely, flipped that dent inside out. And that's the goal. So, in the beginning, if we would have used that small tab, I don't believe that I would have got such a great glue pull. So really the cold glue was more along the lines of setting myself up to have a really good glue pull. Now you can see I'm actually starting with an interesting tip here. This is these Anson green gummy tips from Anson PDR. These tips were originally made for pushing, really replacing the soft tip, which they're great for pushing. But what I love about these is they take down a lot of metal and they don't take down perimeter metal. It just seems like the metal piece that's inside kind of drives through the rubber and really makes it nice when taking this down. But you can see my head's way far back. My light is pretty far back. And right there in the middle is what I'm looking at to get that dent. Here's another view of my stance. And then now I'm actually switching out to a Peak plastic. And this one is the, I believe it's called the firing pin. So now actually after using that Peak plastic to knock it down a little bit, now I'm using the blending hammer. And so really the knockdown work is where it's at when it comes to this type of repair. So I was able to do the cold glue and then go into the regular glue. And then once I got the regular glue and got the dent completely inverted, flipped it inside out, I went in with a rubber knockdown and laid down a majority of that crown. But you got to be careful because you always want to finish it with a sharper knockdown. Went to the Peak, and then now I'm into the blending session. And really the reason why, look how far my head is back from the damage now. If you actually go back to when I was doing the knockdown work, there's no way that I could have gotten this far from the damage, which this allows me to do my finishing and detail work to really take that dent, flatten it out, and get it to perfect again. So anyhow, y'all, that is about it when it comes to fixing this oversized hail damage dent. And you can see it was just behind that back pillar. And you can see the dent came out amazing. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and just polish it up. Now I'm using this Rupes polisher, And I'm not doing any compound work, anything like that. I'm literally just using a high gloss polish just to make sure that finish that I completely stripped has not only a polish on it, but this stuff also has like a nanotechnology wax or something like that. So now right here again is the before, what we started with. And you can really see how much that cold glue shallowed it up incredibly at the beginning. And then right here is the full blow after result. So now you can kind of see it in my light. Pretty darn close to flawless. And now you can actually take a look, kind of, the little side reflection view there with our hexagon lights. There you are, my friends. As usual, see you on the next one.